Unanswered questions. They appear in just about every aspect of media you can imagine. From books to movies, video games, and TV shows, you're bound to find at least one unanswered question in your favourite franchise. Recently, I found myself going back to certain installments of my favourite franchises: Ben 10 Classic, Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, and Mortal Kombat 1. And as the video topic may suggest, I came across a couple of unanswered questions, or at least to my knowledge anyways. So today, I'm going to go through these shows and games, lay out the questions, and try my best to answer them. Of course, if anyone else has a different explanation to these questions I present, feel free to let me know your theories in the comments below. Question 1. Why was Grandpa Max conflicted when Xylene asked him to travel with her? So, for context, Ben 10 Season 3, Episode 13, The Visitor, introduces Xylene, one of Max's old love interests. She was the one who delivered the Omnitrix to Earth, intending for it to go to Max.
You didn't believe that I would purposely send the most powerful device in the universe to a child, did you? I was sending it to Max.
But she crashed and was left frozen from the first episode to now. She enters the picture, and within a day proposes that Max travel to space with her, like she proposed years ago. But Max shut down that first proposal because he had to defend Earth from Vilgax.
Rumors are swirling that there's some new DNA weapon out there. Sure you won't change your mind and come with me?
Tempting, but until I bring Vilgax down, I have a job to do here. But we'll always have Roswell.
When Xylene offers the second time, Max seems less hesitant, and Xylene herself says there's nothing tying him to Earth any longer, since Vilgax is in the null void by this point.
With Vilgax out of the picture, there's nothing keeping you here any longer. I could use your help out there.
Oh, another tempting offer.
After the villain of the day is defeated, Xylene once again asks Max to join her, but he refuses again and stays on Earth.
You're not coming, are you?
It's a big galaxy out there. But right now, those kids are my whole world.
We'll always have Roswell.
So why the hesitation? The main issue here is that Max has ties to Earth, the most predominant of which are his grandkids, which he's on summer vacation with, not to mention his own kids, who'd ask lots of questions as to where their dad is. The other issue is that now that the Omnitrix is in play on Earth, more factions and alien threats have been targeting Earth and Ben. He's got to help Ben prepare. So what's the answer here? I don't know. I've never come across an explanation in universe or out of universe. My only guess is that Max was trying to think of a way to complete the summer vacation with his grandkids, come clean to his own children, and then leave the planet with Xylene. But we later find out in Omniverse that Max stayed around after the summer and essentially reinstated the plumbers on Earth, so he must have felt like the Earth was still in danger, and he wasn't wrong. So he stayed with the kids on Earth to help protect it. That's the best I can think of, so let me know your thoughts. Question 2. Why did Kit have to contract with the dragon if the Dragon Knight deck already exists? In Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, we are introduced to Kit Taylor and how his life has gone downhill since his dad disappeared. Once he turns 18 and gets out of the foster system, he goes back to his dad's apartment and encounters a black card holder with a contract card. He encounters a red dragon in reflective surfaces and figures out that he has to make a contract with the dragon to help out the masked vigilante known as a Kamen Rider named Len or Wing Knight. But as we find out later, Len comes from Ventara, the world behind the mirrors. A big plot point is that the Ventaran Kamen Riders have twins in our world, and the Kamen Rider decks will only work for those with an exact DNA match to the Ventaran Riders. The Dragon Knight deck belonged to a Ventaran Rider named Adam, and he is Kit's Ventaran counterpart. And he betrayed the Riders to Xaviax before the events of the main plot when Kit got involved. So if the deck already exists, why did Kit have to contract with the dragon? I can only assume that the Dragon Knight deck was lost in the battle with Xaviax after Adam handed him the deck, and when it's found its way into Kit's dad's apartment, it lost the contract with the Advent Beast. The suit is the same, desaturated and missing any of the dragon insignia. and the weapons are just standard weapons, but to my knowledge, this question was never actually answered. Question 3, and this is the biggest question in this video. Why did Liu Kang change the MK universe so much when he made his new era? This is the most recent question in this video, and I still haven't seen true arguments as to why the changes were made. For instance, why were Sector and Cyrax made women? Why are Kitana and Mileena true siblings now? Why was Rain changed from a demigod bastard son of Argus to a lowly mage without a hint of divinity? Well, some of these answers come down to looking at Liu Kang's characterization. Let's answer the easy questions first. Rain. It's easy to come up with an answer for that based on Liu Kang's intro dialogues. He took Rain's godhood away because he hadn't used it wisely in any prior timeline. By taking away godhood from him, Liu Kang hoped to make sure he used his powers wisely for the service of Outworld. Next up, the sisters. If Liu Kang can see into prior timelines, he'd be most likely able to see that Mileena truly wanted Kitana and her to be proper sisters. So, to stop the rift between them, he makes them blood-related sisters with Sindel and Jared being their loving parents. And now, the big one. Sector and Cyrax's gender swap. It's one of the biggest talking points with the game. Why did Liu Kang do this? I can only assume that Liu Kang was trying to stop the Cyber Initiative from taking place by stopping the original Sector from egging it on. And the original Cyrax was probably left out to stop him from suffering like in all other timelines. But the timeline is trying to assert the right events to happen in Liu Kang's timeline. This leads to 2 new members of the Lin Kuei to take the code names. Sector starts the Cyber Initiative with the power armor seen in the Aftermath DLC, and there's even an intro with Sector on the T-1000 about full cyborg conversion.
Your armor is the first step toward full automation.
You figured that out. Smart.
So, Liu Kang seems to only have delayed the inevitable. Guess we'll have to see what the next game has in store for us. And there we go. 3 questions and an attempt at answering them. Hopefully these theories make sense to anyone other than me. This one is a bit of a shorter video compared to some of the other ones I've done. But what do you guys think of this kind of video? It's a bit different to what I normally do, but I want to try and make these kinds of videos and not just gaming. But anyways, if you like this video, feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and make sure you have the bell turned on to stay up to date on what I'm up to. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. So Nightaganta, out.